Yo.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
Hold on, look.
Oh,
So look at the head shape. Nah, I don't want that shit. So hey, what's cracking, everybody? It's your player partner, your host with the most, your country cousin, Sir WinnieDahBish. And you already know what it is when you see these two faces on the screen at the goddamn same time, bro. You know it is the athletic mentality coming at you guys with another podcast. It's been some like far and few betweens, man. We're doing a lot of talking on the Twitter page. Shout out to Troy for running the Miami Dolphins, the athletic mentality Twitter. I'm trying to build up my Twitterverse, you know what I'm saying, for the Bears talk. And you know, shout out to the father that we have in the group, new father, Josh. You know, he's taking some time away from the pod in order to be a great father, man, and it's turning out well.
He's definitely taking that quality time and enjoying dad life right now.
Got to. Troy, how you been, man?
Good. Enjoying my own dad life and stuff. Working hard and just watching my kid grow.
Yeah, bro, it's fun. It's fun.
Like we at all different levels. Like you got the lead, I'm coming in, like my kid's a few years younger, and then Josh is just starting. So we just get to see the whole aftermath of how everything's going.
Yeah, it really is. Like my daughter this fall be going into kindergarten, and that's just shocking as hell. But so, moving past the dad part of who we are, man, it is a great time for us because, you know, I know that you over on at T.A.M. Sports Talk on Twitter, you do a lot of mock drafts and you have a lot of like trades and things of that nature. And mostly because you are a Dolphins fan, is based to help your team out. But some of the trades make sense. You want to break that down later on in the show? Or you want to talk about like what's hot right now? Like what we were talking about before we were recording.
Yeah, I mean, boy, it's pro days, it's mock draft mania right now. Like we got a month left, so obviously, being a Dolphins fan, we took the first shot. We traded the number 3 pick away, and you know we picked up the number 12. We got a next year's first and next year's third. Not bad. And then we trade back in with Philly, get the number 6. And I really, truly believe that we have, being in the number 6 pick, that we control the draft. Because everything that's going down right now with all the pro days is the QB carousel. Who's going? We know who's going number 1. We kind of know who's going number 2, maybe.
Do we though?
I have a big feeling if they do, it's going to be Wilson, Zach Wilson.
You mean the second quarterback taken in general?
Yeah. I don't think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Number 2 rated in my eyes.
I'm gonna let you go with that one, but because I have we talked about before we recorded, I have a thought on that, so I'm gonna let you go with it though.
I want to hear that thought, but yeah, hold on. So we got Wilson, and then right now it was Fields, 100%. Number 3, that's what they traded up, and then all of a sudden the little controversy was let's go check out Big Mac Jones.
Yep.
And maybe San Francisco wants him at number 3. Are you kidding me? First off, if they do, oh, great. That is perfect. That just means Atlanta then comes in. But I want to hear, who do you think would go number 2?
So
not Wilson.
I'm not saying that it's not Wilson because I feel like the 49ers are in love with his style of play. So if they are, and they have said that they're going to keep Jimmy Garoppolo and also have a rookie quarterback. So I feel like they're going to pick up Zach Wilson out of BYU because everybody's saying he's like a more athletic Aaron Rodgers. So people kind of like that feel. But for me, the number 2 quarterback has always been the second guy behind Trevor Lawrence, even coming out of high school. He was the second guy coming behind Trevor Lawrence. They were 1 and 2 out of the state of Georgia.
Yeah.
And 1 and 1 because one was the number 1 dual threat, one was the number 1 pocket passer. But 1 and 2 out of Georgia, and it's always been Justin Fields. If Zach Wilson goes number 2, that's great because that means Atlanta can pick up their predecessor, who is a hometown kid. He's from right outside of Atlanta, so that'd be a really good pickup for him. I just feel like with every pro day, we get a new number 2 quarterback taken out of the draft. Yeah, it's literally like it's insert here. Pro day, insert here. Trey Lance didn't have he played 1 game all year. And at his pro day,
He lit it up.
solid number 2, second guy coming behind, how?
Yeah.
Justin Fields literally played at Ohio State, and I don't even like Ohio State. I don't like the Big 12 at all. But he got what, 2 losses? 2 losses at Ohio State? 3 possibly, and the third one is probably in the playoffs. So he's a really decent. Sorry, that's a terrible phrase. He's a beast of a quarterback. He's a bigger Russell Wilson. He has a stronger arm, more athletic, and I think he's more like down to earth. Accuracy. What was that?
He's like a slim Cam Newton with accuracy.
Yes, sir.
He's not like touch passing, mixing it up. It's coming at you 140 miles an hour every ball.
And it's because he has the confidence in it. Him and Trevor Lawrence have been doing this side by side since their sophomore year in high school. Like I looked at the ESPN articles that were written. I looked at 24/7 composite sports, looked at 24/7, looked at rival sports, looked at the Elite 11 camps. They've always been side by side. Their careers have been linked together since high school. They trained with the same quarterback coach.
Yeah.
So it's like everything you like about Trevor Lawrence. Wow, that made my glasses worse. Everything you like about Trevor Lawrence, you have to like about Justin Fields. So
again, I do want to go back and talk about what I feel like Miami controlling the whole draft, and not necessarily because if Lawrence, Fields, Wilson all go, great. That's 3. Now you have Atlanta potentially. I don't know. I see them potentially taking Penei Sewell, letting go for Ryan one more year, maybe picking a Mac Jones in like the 2nd round or trading up in like late in the 1st to get him. That was who I kind of projected Atlanta getting, was Mac Jones before all this moving up to number 3 and taking him in San Francisco. I thought he was more of a 2nd round projection. And so if you get Sewell with Mac Jones learning after Matt Ryan, it's a very similar type style quarterback and everything.
Mac Jones and Matt Ryan.
Yeah. And I think
you think that's necessarily a good idea with the way that the NFL is going. I'm just asking, like, with the way the NFL style of offense is being played, do you think it's smart for Atlanta to just get a younger version of their bullshit ass quarterback that they have right now?
If they get him in the 2nd round, possibly. Like if you get a
okay.
Yeah, he'd be my 2nd round pick for Atlanta. That's why when they said that he was going to be at number 3, I was like, holy crap, that's like 30-something picks before I would take him. That's a whole
I got to change up everything now.
Like, I wasn't even thinking him, like, that was a 2nd or 3rd, and you talk about him being the number 3 pick in the draft? Like,
yeah,
please do it. Like, let that happen, but it won't.
Somebody's going to mess the draft up. That's the thing. Some team, one of those teams, because we know that Trevor Lawrence is going number 1. Jacksonville's not messing that up.
No, can't.
So who has a 2nd pick?
Questionable. Jets.
Yeah, so the Jets are the team that could do it. And I wanted to, because we talked about this, you brought this up, how the Jets could trade Sam Darnold. What if the Jets pick up Penei Sewell?
That was my other.
What if the Jets pick up Penei Sewell? What if the Niners now have the choice of having either Zach Wilson or Mac Jones? Zach Wilson gets picked up by the Niners.
No, you still can't do that. Like, you can't make the bad choice. It has to be Fields. And I think they didn't show up.
See, the thing, they aren't at his pro day. Nobody from the Niners are at his pro day right now.
They already have him checked. I think that's their number 1 pick. I think they don't need to see any more from Justin Fields.
Who do you think? The Niners?
Yeah.
Nah.
You don't think that's who they traded up to get?
Nope. I think if anything, they're blowing smoke screens by bringing up the fact that they're going to keep both quarterbacks. They're blowing smoke screens by saying that they're going to get a quarterback, either Zach or Mac. This is what I think the Niners actually will do. Come closer.
Oh my God.
Kyle Pitts. It sounds stupid as hell out loud. I just said it out loud and it sounds dumb as hell. But
you already got Kittle. You got potentially the number 2, number 3 tight end in the league.
What did Tom Brady and the New England Patriots successfully do for a number of years?
Garoppolo is not Tom Brady, for one.
I'm just asking.
I know, but just because one team did it doesn't mean another team can.
Multiple teams are actually having success of doing it. Might not be at that level, but
you say Tampa, I'm gonna be so mad. That's still Tom Brady and Gronk.
I'm not saying I'm saying the Gronk, Aaron Hernandez. They also had Bubba Watson and Gronk. They also the Titans had Bubba Watson, or not Bubba Watson, but forgot the guy's name, Benjamin Watson and Benjamin Watson and Jonnu Smith. A lot of teams are running the 2 tight end system because it just makes it I'm just putting from a simple standpoint of what the Niners don't do well and what they need to do well. They need to have more weapons on the field, right? Stretch the field out. Make those linebackers have to respect whatever weak running game you do have. So if you have 2 targets and Kittle, who's a very willing blocker, and Pitts, who is a weapon, you can run those.
I get that, but how is like I have quarterback or offensive line? Like literally, if Penei Sewell, 49ers should pick up Penei Sewell because they lost. I believe
lost Trent Williams.
Like
no, they re-signed Trent Williams. Excuse me.
He's still getting up there with age. He's still good, but
that boy's fine wine.
Dude, I get you, but you're gonna need somebody to take over because your line is what hurt Garoppolo. Your defense got banged up. Like, are you really right? I don't understand why they would trade up for a QB. I think Garoppolo's young enough.
You don't trade up for a QB. You don't trade up for a QB in that situation unless you don't like the guy you already have. And at that point, you need to trade the guy you have in order to get more picks for offensive linemen or defensive linemen or things of that nature.
Back with Miami. Hey man, we made a bad decision. I'm sorry.
Can we just get that back?
Our first rounders back, like
just do the whole thing over again. You guys are gonna have 3.
Like they just legalized shit here in San Francisco. It's new.
I do think there's going to be a team that ends up messing up the draft by picking a player that's too early, like the Raiders did with Colin Farrell. Where it's just somebody's guy is going to be available, and then that makes somebody's dream guy available, so then they can draft up. I think I read it on your Twitter where you were saying, or somebody in your comment section was saying, if the trade works out to the right way and certain people like Carolina or Denver see their quarterback fall, they still might trade up with Miami, who, again, like you said, they are controlling the draft. They've controlled the draft since they had Houston's pick.
Yep.
So
wait, hold on, I gotta stop you right there. I need a huge shout out to Laramie Tunzo. We appreciate the 4 first rounders, the 3 second rounders, and the 3 third rounders. And we're still not done yet because if we traded our next year's first round that we got for your pick on the 3rd, like we might get another 2.
I like his tweet.
They need
like his statue out front.
So they need to actually create a real statue. He retweeted it. That's what's great about it.
I thought that was awesome, dude. I was like, that is the best. That's the best way to say, like, yo, I'm in a terrible situation here in Houston, but at least I helped the homies out.
They posted the story. Chris Greer told the story about how the day that he called him in there, like how upset and hurt he was that he got traded.
Oh, yeah.
And then he said he looked behind him and it was like what his trade in return was, and he goes, "Yeah, I probably would have done that too." first rounder, second rounder, and like a 4th. He's just like, I can't even really be.
You can't say no to that.
That's my worth. Great. Okay, so Trey Lance is there at 6. Miami's going to trade back. You got 2 to 3 teams that are going to be needing a quarterback.
How far though? How far do you trade back? Because you still do need weapons. Like it's not like you guys could like just trade back and get the best of the best anymore. You'll get depth if you continue to trade back, a la the Patriots. But do you think the Dolphins are setting up for depth, or do you think the Dolphins are setting up for both? Some home run hitters?
They're getting 2 home run hitters and a lot of depth because we got 8 picks this draft. Now think about this. You got, like you said, if we go by your first few picks, you got Lawrence, and then for the Jets, did you want Sewell? Do you think that's the smarter one, or do you think?
Well, if we're going off of what we know is going to happen, we're going to say Lawrence, Wilson, Jones.
Top 3. Not you can't do Jones at 3. He's not going number 3. I would go with Pitts. I like Pitts. Let's go with Pitts at number 3, but it is not going to be Jones. I think that was the biggest smoke. Did you see his pro day today? Oh my goodness. Like he is not going number 3. So we cannot slot him in there. I think that's the biggest smoke screen. So if you do Pitts.
So you think it's a smoke screen also?
Biggest smoke screen. That's why I laughed about it. But I was excited. I was like, please pull the trigger. Like, please do that. Like, shake this shit up. So let's take the hypothetical. If they are really that dumb, if they pull a Solomon Thomas, no, that was not a good pick. Number 3 pick, franchise. Come on,
that's a franchise changer. That again, like if you're picking in the top 3, you earned that pick. Yeah. So you should be thinking all off season about this pick is my job security. Who's going to help me be here for the next 3 years? Yeah. I just bought that new mansion out there. I need to do it. I like it. I like the golf courses here. How do I keep my job in Arizona? I go out and trade Josh Rosen because I drafted Kyler Murray. I go out and get DeAndre Hopkins because I need weapons to go along with this beast. Oh, we got a great defense. Not only do I re-sign Chandler Jones, but I try my hardest to get JJ Watt out here. Like that GM is keeping his job for a while in Arizona.
Yeah.
The GM in Buffalo, he's gonna keep his job for a while. The GM in Miami, he's gonna keep his job for a while. It's certain.
They're doing
the Niners, the Falcons, and the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise. The front office for the next 5 years is fitted and based off of what happens right now. Yeah. I think the Jets might be the only team that are ignorant enough to stay with their team, win, lose, or draw. We see that. They picked Adam Gase.
Yeah. So I think that if you go with Pitts, we know that Atlanta they're probably sold on a quarterback. I believe if they can get Fields, I think that's probably the best move for him. And then Cincinnati kind of controls that destiny because if they get Penei Sewell and Jamar Chase, basically they're in their laps. So you're going to take your franchise left tackle, or you're going to have Joe Burrow's like number 1
best
in college.
Yeah,
go ahead and say it. You know you want to say it.
Best target, best receiver in the draft after taking a year off. He should have won the Heisman. If his stats from last year could have been placed this year, he would have won the Heisman. Because if you're telling me a receiver like Devontae Smith, which I respect, I like the guy's game. He's Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison-esque. So don't think that what I'm about to say is disrespectful. But if he won a Heisman being that size, did you see what Jamar Chase did with Justin Jefferson on the opposite end?
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
So do you think they take Chase? Would you be stupid not to? Because they did sign Rafe Riley.
Who?
I think it's Rafe Riley, the left tackle. It's like a veteran left tackle. Good left tackle. I don't know.
I think if you feel like you could get talent at the offensive line position later on in the draft because you've evaluated it right and you know you can develop it right, then yes, go with somebody that your franchise quarterback is comfortable with, because again, that gives him all type of rope to hang himself.
Yep.
Not only Joe Burrow did we drafted you number 1 overall, brought you back home to your home state. That's very comfortable for you. We also the next year went and got you the best receiver that we could have found because you said it was. So now you should be able to make all the plays in this playbook with him. Yes, no, or maybe so.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I think you do take Jamar Chase if he's there, because it will only help out your team. And I'm all for the mindset of the more weapons you have, the better. So is Zach Taylor. He's one of those like spread system guys, wants to move guys around. And with Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, I forgot if they have Tyler Eifert still, and then Joe Mixon, you got a pretty decent team. It looks like the team Joe Burrow had the year he won his national championship at LSU. So
I like the pick. I think Chase is the guy too. I believe I slotted him.
Because you're talking about getting Najee Smith. You're talking about getting either either Jalen Waddle or Devonta Smith. Like
My
those are
number
going to
one is
be.
Devonta Smith. Like if because I assume that since he's gonna take Smith, and if we trade back with Carolina, like Carolina takes Trey Lance, and then
Yeah, that's what I think.
I think that yeah, Detroit. I don't know what they probably would trade back at that point. I feel like they're banking on for next year, or they'll get themselves. But Devonta Smith is going.
Detroit will go defense.
I feel like they would go Parsons, like Micah Parsons, who
Yeah,
ran a
I
ridiculous
like that guy.
3.9. That dude is a freak. Don't like what has been said about him, but he was him, Panay Sewell were my number one, number two prospects prior
Oh
to
wow.
when it first like all came in. But now you see the talent and see what our needs are. But I would love Devonta Smith. Like we get him and Najee Harris. Sorry, it's Alabama. And then again in the second round, late in the second round, I want Landon Dickerson. That boy is nasty. Like we need a center, and he is.
And he's athletic. He just pulled like a double cartwheel.
Bro, that was epic. That's
athleticism.
I'm sorry, but did you see Mac too with the dap and like the swing and the miss? Like Landon didn't even show him any love. He just kind of walked over there with his burly ass and was just like
Fucking crazy.
Goofy. I was just like, not coordinated. You not know your boy. You just left him hanging high and dry. He was doing cartwheels in the background. I think he's good. Like if he's healthy, he's probably the best center in college.
In the draft?
Yeah, in this year. But if he's healthy, and that's a big if. Like you got 2 injuries out of 3 or 4 years that are significant. That's a scare because you get to the NFL and you're facing the best of the best every down. Going at
every down.
I mean, if we can beast it up and get the 2 on the offense with Harris and Smith, and then go defense with like a safety. We got safety. I'm big on Richie Grant. Gotta watch out this dude. He is hitter, ball hawk. That's the safety that we're gonna need in the future. And if we can get Dickerson too, I mean, we got 8 picks. We're gonna get a lot of depth after this.
That's still crazy to me, dude. 8 picks, bro. You guys are gonna you guys really run the draft.
5 first rounders in the next 3 years.
Own the draft for the next few years, bro.
That's crazy. Like we're definitely set up for success. So yeah, I'm being a Miami Dolphins homer, but even if I wasn't, if I was another fan, like I would look at this and be like, damn, like they're gonna be scary here in a few years. And we got the right coach that's gonna lead them, and we got basically building a whole cast of coaching and players around to us. So if he doesn't succeed, we can insert another QB later and we'll be fine. We have a confusing look on the forefront. What are you reading?
I'm just looking at Mel Kiper's.
Oh, good old Mel.
Yeah. Mel Kiper finagled his way into the NFL. Yeah. And I think it's awesome because make your own luck, make your own destiny, and all that stuff. But shut the fuck up, Mel Kiper, because sometimes the shit you be saying is stupid as hell.
Yep, I got nothing else to say. I don't see Waddle going in the top 10. Like you got Chase Smith, but Denver's. I mean, I don't know.
The thing is, bro, Waddle will be a really good second round guy. I think that's where, if not like a team like the Bears will pick up a guy like that because we need somebody to go over the top to help out Allen Robinson underneath. So it'll be a team like that that's like, oh, okay, so we can just sprinkle some talent on our team and be all right. Like it'll be a team like that might pick him up. But I don't think necessarily he's a top 15, top 10 pick. And then you look at a guy like T.Y. Hilton, who is fast, quick, and can run every route, but also can make that high point play. That's who you have to be if you're a smaller receiver. You got to be able to be on the outside and still make plays, not just a slot guy. And I think Waddle.
Route tree. I think Waddle has the potential to be a T.Y. Hilton because he's got that burner, he's got the hops and stuff. I don't know what his route tree is like.
What do you want to get into next?
Oh man, well we just had a lot of just pro days. Basically just kind of did the top 10. I don't really care about Denver, Dallas, especially Dallas. I'm not too worried about them.
The player team relationship that fits out most for me right now is getting a guy like Brashad Perry, or sorry, Brashad Perryman. Jesus Christ.
Here we
Yeah, I was like, right, 5-6 years ago. But the guy from Minnesota, the receiver, or excuse me, from Purdue, the 5'7" receiver.
Oh, you're talking about
His yeah, his grit and his style of play would possibly fit with the Ravens because they're trying to do more of like that Kansas City
yeah.
style by like hopefully adding a big piece in the draft that is a more solid receiver. But they need a guy that can like draw eyes because right now the only eyes on your quarterback, um, Hollywood Brown really hasn't done much in the sense of taking the top off of defenses because once he gets up there, he can't hold onto the ball. Fucking weird. And then you go out and get like 3-day-old meat in old receivers like Dez Bryant and things like that. So
Yeah.
hopefully they get a young, explosive receiver a la Tyreek Hill who can kind of match the energy of your quarterback and take off the eyes. So if you have a guy like him with that athleticism, with that explosion, and he has some really good like footwork release off the line, if you get a guy like that, then I feel like you would be pretty set to advance further in the playoffs than you have.
I got two for you, and one of them scares me because it is Najee Harris.
Yeah.
I would say outside of Miami, the other perfect fit for him would be Arizona. 2 picks before number 18.
Mm.
Scares the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie, like it really does. It's not even the New England one. I really feel like New England could be a threat, but I feel like Belichick got a lot what he wanted this offseason, and he's gonna either
he got his candy this offseason, so he's gonna go get his
never
bowl.
had candy before, so he got really into it.
Yeah, definitely.
My second one is going to be Pittsburgh and Baltimore because I think they're back to back. They're like 23, 24, 24, 25.
Mm-hmm.
Be for either one would be Xavien Collins, a linebacker out of Tulsa.
Ooh.
He's kind of like my number 2 because I think, I mean, obviously like Michael Parsons, I feel like if he got into Pittsburgh or Baltimore, that would just it's kind of like, especially Baltimore, that's kind of like Ray Lewis 2.0. But there's no way that he's ever going to get that.
Yeah, there's no way he drops that low.
No,
better not.
Bad reputation would not let him fall that far. But as a number 2 linebacker, I would say Xavien Collins.
I like that. I like that because he does have that like Northeast Iron Belt grit to his game.
He's like 6'4", 260.
Get his head in there, get some action going. I like that. He's a good guy.
I'm gonna swing it to just your little hometown team too, because I know you do have a good first round pick. Who do you think would be a perfect fit for your team? Now, granted, you guys went out and got a franchise QB in Andy Dalton, so you're set there for a little bit. But I don't think Trey Lance is gonna last that long. Maybe get Mac Jones.
I don't want Trey Lance. I don't want Mac Jones.
So
my quarterback that I want us to pick up will be easily available in round 3, and Jamie Newman. Okay. Developmental quarterback, but he is a RPO guy. So if Matt Nagy keeps his job after this offseason, that'd be a guy that you could look at and say like, oh, okay, so we saw what Russell Wilson did when the Seahawks signed Matt Flint's that big deal. And then during the preseason and the offseason, kid came in and actually showed that he could win games. I think that'd be Jamie Newman. He has the mind for it. He went to Wake Forest and then ended up going to Georgia. So he's a smart guy. He plays the game the right way. Even without RPOs, he knows how to get the ball out. He can make the right plays, the right reads. Being straight out of Wake Forest, having that be his last film, everybody just sees him as being an option quarterback or like something like that. But if he sticks to being a quarterback, the Bears should look to pick him up in the 3rd. I think our first round pick with the 20th pick, if we don't pick up Alex Leatherwood or Slater, if he drops, then we need to get any decent weapon on the offensive end.
Yeah,
It just has to happen. We got to trade Anthony Miller. That didn't pan out. We don't need to pick up a tight end, but I would love to have a weapon like Kyle Pitts. I know he won't fall to our pick, so I don't want any other tight ends. I want some
early
type
tight
of
end.
line help for
Yeah.
What was that?
I see you just don't want another early tight end again. You've already done that for the
No,
last.
I mean, and we haven't even give Komet a chance to play, and when he has, he shows signs of really of a really good player. So if we could just take our time, I don't want this draft to fuck up if Ryan Pace and Nagy are gone, to fuck up the future. That's the thing. This draft has to set up the next team, the next regime. I talked about it on my podcast, on my singular podcast, bro. We have not had a 4,000-yard passer since 1920.
Football even a thing then? I think it
it really was. Or no,
1960 was the first Super Bowl. But that's how long ago it was, everybody. It has.
But yeah, it's been a grip, bro. And then the one quarterback that we did have that was like kind of a gunslinger was Jay Cutler, and he didn't care about winning. So I feel like the McCaskey family, who are, Virginia McCaskey and her son, who kind of run the organization, they're Hallis babies. Like, you should have a bit more respect for the fucking product that you put on the field for your fans. And I feel like just as fans of the Bears, we just need to stop watching, stop going to the game, because then that hurts their bottom line, it hurts their pockets.
I was about to say, basically, because you're talking about we need to stop going to games and just supporting them and everything like that, like a true blackout.
Yeah, hella black them out, because we're the third largest market, so at least like media market, so we won't ever really have blackouts. But if the fans have like a rolling blackout by like not supporting, then it forces the McCaskey family to put out product on the field that not only as Bears fans we'd be proud of, but as the Bears representatives, they should be proud of.
Yeah.
It's super shitty to be a Chicago sports fan in general. The Hawks have been falling off. The Cubs are pretty decent. Or excuse me, the Cubs got 21 pounds of meth in their athletic bag, so we're not even gonna talk about them. And the Sox are doing great with our farm system.
Oh, White Sox, let's go, baby. We about to take over the next 10 years.
Yes, sir. And that's what I feel. So I feel like the energy in Chicago is going to get back, and we are dedicated, bro. We are diehards. That's why it's so hard for me to say fuck the Bears, but it's like it's getting to the point where it's like, what do you expect from fans when we're not being listened to?
Yeah. And I get it. I mean, shit, I really get it. I went through a 1-15 season. I've gone through the Nick Saban era, or his leaving us high and dry. I had to go through fucking Adam Gase, man. I just saw all of our players just getting shipped out, like Drake and freaking Landry and Miller.
Yeah.
All these guys just getting shipped out. It's like, man,
Davis.
Yeah. So, I get it. It's hard to say, fuck the team, but then again, you guys get the right coach and it completely changed the whole organization. Shout out to Brian Flores for.
Yep.
He put his foot
down. It shows that like the culture in the front office, man. If it's unilateral all the way down, then the team sees it, they feel it, and it's more comfortable, bro. Like Pat McAfee talks about it all the time. Like or everybody talks about it, but I watch Pat all the time. But like he has like Lombardi on there, and Mike Lombardi says all the time, if your GM and your head coach aren't on the same page, then the team is going to have a terrible season.
Sure.
Because you can have great talent, but if the GM is saying we got to lose some of this talent, we got to lose some of these games, and the coach is like, if I lose games, I mean I lose my job, so I'm not doing that.
Yep.
It's gonna show attention to the players, and it's like DK Metcalf and Pete Carroll, or when he wasn't getting the ball, and he got pissed off, went to the sideline, and literally looked at Pete Carroll like, bro, you brought me here.
Yep.
You know exactly what you told me was gonna happen, and it's not happening. So
a few years away. I mean, I feel like once you guys get rid of Nagy, you guys are gonna be like celebrating.
Everybody, like Colin Core says that Nagy needs to get away from the Bears. We need to get away from him. He got a job in a time where like people thought he and a couple other guys that were in the Andy Reid tree would be great. So he just got a job because RPO was popping. Yeah. He doesn't know what to do with the RPO. So we need to get him the fuck out of time. Get this guy out of Dine as fast as possible.
What else we got?
Not anything really, bro, because like no big trades, no big free agency signings besides the Buccaneers having enough money to re-sign everybody.
Everybody. That was weird.
Literally, their entire Super Bowl team is back.
Like, I don't ever want to hear that anybody doesn't have salary cap. Like, they're out of salary cap space.
It's no. Great. We're going to be bringing you guys live coverage. I'm going to try to figure out a way to do live coverage for the draft. So actual draft day while the draft is going on, whether it's us just like live talking while the draft is going on or like split screening it to where we got the draft on the TV and then us talking, however that could go. All right, man. So been another episode of The Athletic Mentality. I am your player party host with the most, your country cousin, Sir WinnieDahBish. That is Big Rig Troy in the building.
503 to the
also 503 to the Trio 5. Also, you got some news about a giveaway that you won, right? You want to talk about that before we sign off?
Yeah, I'm actually waiting for it. Just random luck of the draw. I actually wrote a little comment on there, like, doubt I'm gonna get it, but I can still dream big.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the Regulators podcast. They put together a little contest. Random drawing, my name came up. It was a huge crack up too, because he hit me up and just like, absolutely no way. I couldn't believe out of all the people that got drawn, it was your name after you just said that you weren't gonna win it. I didn't think I think there was like a couple hundred people in it too, which was great. Check out his podcast too. He's definitely spitting some knowledge and stuff. But I won a Xavien Howard autographed jersey. So love it. I just got my first jerseys this year, or actually last year, 37 years old, never really had, like, somebody had a jersey. I was like, man, that Blake got money. Can't afford all that stuff. Like, box of macaroni and cheese for dinner.
Hey, straight up. Straight up. So, all the jerseys I had the numbers popping off or some shit.
It was like your friend's hand-me-down. Like, I don't want to play anymore. You know what? I'll take it. You know who this guy is, but I'm taking it. So, yeah, it was cool. I can't wait for it. It should be here any day. Once I do get it, I'm going to do a little unraveling, probably take a picture with my boy wearing his Tua jersey. So,
nice.
I'm stoked for it. Love it. Little giveaway. Never won one before.
Yeah, man. So shout out to the Regulators podcast, bro. We will be putting their Twitter and stuff like that in the link, a link to their Twitter in the description and all their good jazz, man. We are very, very excited and ecstatic to be creating more content, finding out more ways to bring content to you guys live and otherwise. Videos are going to be dropping on our YouTube page, The Athletic Mentality on YouTube. You can find Troy on
Sports Talk.
Yeah, the A.M. It's the A.M., right?
Yep, the A.M. Sports Talk.
The A.M. Sports Talk on Twitter. Also, that link is going to be in the description as well. You guys have a great rest of your day, whether you're watching this day, night, afternoon, whether you're in Canada, whether you're in Australia, America, Africa, or Indonesia, man. We love all you guys. Hopefully, you guys are having a great rest of your day. I am your play partner, host with the most, Sir WinnieDahBish. This has been another episode of The Athletic Mentality. Tell somebody that you love them, man. We out.